What's up, party people? Another Funnel Coders Life, another exciting day. By now, I think everyone knows the drill. Funnel Coders Life. It's where technical founders get some advice, I guess, on some marketing stuff, some engineering stuff. For some reason, these technical founders sometimes need code. Some people are even as crazy as to build their own software. So we are just here to give you guys advice. And by we, I mean me, Rich. I'm an engineer at ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is a funnel builder, the best one in the world. And all opinions are mine. All stuff here is something that is what I have prepared for you. And in the future, we'll have also more people coming in, other builders like me. I'm more of a techie. We'll have, we have a network actually of people who are techie, but also want to build stuff and are entrepreneurial. And this is where we'll connect you all together and have some fun building good things. So that's in general. Less general, we have another day of hook and fork. Hook and fork is a really fun thing where we talk about one thing. By the way, I forgot to say, so when we invite those people, it's not just engineers or technical builders who will be here. It's also a bunch of marketers and also like SaaS owners, business owners I know that want to share some wisdom with you. Last week we had a session on branding archetypes, and there's an expert there. For example, he would be on the show and do something live with one of you or two of you and get to your brand archetype as part of the hook and format thing. And let me enable some comments here that I can witness myself. Here we go. Now I can disable comments. I can comment something on YouTube, for example, I guess. Show. Comment something. Yeah, that's a YouTube comment. I'm still learning this software and stuff. Show and stream. Anyway. Maybe don't show it like this. Okay, cool. So hook and fork. Let's talk a little bit about that. What is this? The hook is one thing from the marketing world or business world that I know about, that I hopefully experienced myself, that will help you make better software and better code. And the fork is something, well, it's a fork. It's not the fork where you eat, it's the fork, like the code fork. And it has like different branches, like with Git, right? It's easy. So you get one hook and one fork, but the fork has several branches. So we'll be talking about Worktrees today, which is kind of related to the branch and fork and stuff. funnily enough. But that will be our main talking branch. And I have a couple of questions that I had in the past, actually months. One of them pops up every now and then that I'll might get to if I have time. But the hook is actually ICPs. And ICPs, you may have heard of ICPs, ideal customer profiles. This guy, no one knows about this guy, obviously. He wrote about this because he thinks it's important to, I guess, run a business, to run on your idea. And he's not the only one. So I mostly got into ICPs because of actually Russell Brunson. I think he's the first one I really heard from about ICPs. But that was a while ago. Still, I have the book here. The ICP thing was from another book. This book here that I'm reading, The Traffic Secrets, it has, I don't know, 30 secrets or something. And the first secret, the basis of all, is who is your dream customer? And the dream customer is another term for ICP. And he also mentions ICP in the book. And based on the ICP, you can then go and do the real basis of the whole thing, which is the dream, like build your dream 100 list. And it's not necessarily dream 100 customers list, but like dream 100 people who have your audience. But to find like influencers, businesses, whoever, to find those 100 people, you need to be clear about your dream customer to find your dream 100 people. Collabs, let's call it like that. And the Dream 100 is kind of really important thing, it seems like, in this business world, right? And I can also give you an example from the real life that I had. So I worked at a lot of companies when I just started. I studied computer science when I started going into the whole engineering thing. And I was at different companies. I was studying and I was also working. So until I had about eight different companies until recently. Worked at 8 different companies until recently, and none of them really had something like an ICP. You always think about the customer and to build a good product, obviously, but there never was this thing of, hey, this is our ICP, except for maybe one company, but I wasn't involved in a project where we had like a proper ICP. They were into these kind of things, but no company had like a photo of someone hanging in there and like, this is the person, you know all about it, and whenever you make a decision, you consult the person there, the person. Well, actually, one company had like a mannequin, but we never used it as part of like the I don't know, product building process. But then one other company actually had this whole thing of it wasn't a thing, a formal thing, but they kind of knew their ideal customer profile by, I don't know how much coincidence was in there or not, but it was just mouth to mouth ideal customer profile, so to say. So one day I'm sitting there and working on another integration thing for this product, which was like a video hosting kind of thing. And this product had many integrations. I was working on this kind of technical thing, and in the UI I was explaining how some of it works. And my CTO read this over my shoulder, and he told me, bro, like, if our 40-year-old yoga teacher who just started using the software or uses it like even for a year or whatever reads this, do you think she'll understand anything? And that kind of stuck with me. So I kind of started thinking as this person from then on, whenever I was building things. And I think it, like, overall, if this is the thinking and if this is representative of most of the people, um, or will at least be suitable for most customers, whatever decisions you make for this person, then isn't that a good kind of way of building your software? So that stuck with me. And all of this actually made me think that in our Rails builders group, like this is tech group for technical people who build things, and we meet every now and then. And I thought we all need like an ideal customer profile for our products. And so I went out in the internet and concepted the homework for the group. And I was looking for like a methodology or method to create an ICP online, maybe with an app or something like that, or a tool. But I hadn't found anything really. So that was kind of weird. I thought there must be something, and the best thing I found, like visually and also just generally, was this one from HubSpot, but we didn't use it. I think we didn't use it because it didn't have all the things that I learned from from the book here, and I didn't see that you can actually create new sections here and remove old ones. And also I wanted to do something with data, but you can't send it anywhere. You need to export it, and then you need to register to export it, and it's probably PDF or something. So I didn't go through the trouble. So I created a form for everyone based on what's in the book. It's 3 basic questions I had there, apart from like this whole personal info stuff. And yeah, we did the homework. So I did it in this way. So I just brain dumped my thoughts, audio wise, to, I think, ChatGPT, and then asked it to like answer these questions and generate a picture for the guy. And this ended up to be my ICP for funnels and rails. I have 2 actually because I'm a loser, but they're pretty similar actually. The funnel coder, yeah, it's the entrepreneur who needs code. Hopefully, it's you who's watching in a way or another. And it has all the info here, and like this is I think probably the important part here. So you can shape your marketing messaging and your content, right? I think that these things here are kind of like, are you with your thing? Are you solving their problem? Um, are you helping them with the pains or the pleasures or anything? Yeah, the Rails builder. That's the other guy here. So these are my ideal customer personas, and that's basically all I have on ideal customers and profiles and all that stuff. I find it useful myself while continuing to build phones on Rails. That app is getting some features where I think at least one of them will get a benefit, and I'm also one of them. At least I'm also this guy in a way. I'm a mix of both. So yeah, this app also helps me, which is good, or will help me, better said. Get your ideal customer profile as you want to get it, and make sure you consult this person before you build the next feature or get into the next deal. Worktrees. So Worktrees are interesting nowadays. I've never worked with Worktrees really a lot in the last 10 years almost that I'm doing engineering. Never had a need for it. And probably this whole AI thing is actually not probably, like, it's a new use for Worktrees in a way. Well, I would be curious, like, if the main use case for Worktrees before AI was to unblock your current branch, um, and like to cleanly work on separate branches, but leave this one intact. Yeah, it gives you your whole environment, like a copy of your whole environment, basically, and you can switch between those easily. Coding environment, that is. So, as an example here, I have Files on Rails, the app, and to work the trees, I actually am using something for a few months, few weeks, but I'm looking into work trees for a few months. And for a few weeks, I have this thing that I shaped into something now that is pretty workable on different repos, different projects. And I like how this works so far for me. And I keep things simple. So there are a bunch of UI tools like Conductor, and you can see I have the app here. I don't use it because of different things. I like the simplicity of this. So this helps me to, I don't need to run parallel agents so much because, you have, like, it doesn't take a lot of time. Like most of my work, even if I have a huge plan MD that I tell AI to do this, and it still takes like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's like I'm complaining that it's working too fast to be able to work with parallel agents, but actually it's a good thing. Like, it's working too fast, so I don't really need to run parallel agents a lot. But let's say we actually have a task that is that we know will run for a long time, maybe 20, 30 minutes, maybe 10. But we need to do something else on this, continue working on this thing here. And so this is like the AB one. I'll talk about it in a second. Let's try it without the AB first. We'll just imagine it runs for a long time, but we will just run it like this. And what you didn't see here, it opened up a window here. How do I bring it to you? Let me shortcut, maybe. Yeah. So it's already done, of course. So it did the thing, and you will notice that it like this branch is clean. We are still cool here. What it did there, it created this branch here. Right. And if we check it out, we can also check it out, I think. No, it's probably created this one here. So it created this one, might be an old one. And this one might be a new one. So this, and you can see there's no commit. There's one commit here, one commit here. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, it's something different, and this is, that could be it. Oh, that's a different date, right? Yeah, you see, I need a lot of brain fog hello worlds. So this is why it's basically there. Can we check it out here? No, it doesn't like us checking it out. But we have this plugin, and I'm sure you guys who all use VS Code, you have great plugins for this. Like JetBrains didn't have native support. I think they will have early next year. They will get native support here. But you can all use JetBrains. You should use it basically because it's so great, and most of their languages now have free tiers. But I'm using a third-party plugin here, and you can see there's a bunch of stuff going on. But now we are on this work tree, and it doesn't have anything in here either. But it says, yeah, okay. So this guy here, we just told them to create the thing, the whole world in brain fog, but we are on the right work tree, and he did create the program, but Claude didn't write it anywhere. which I'm cool with because we didn't tell Claude to do that. So that's where we can just kill this guy here. But you could also continue, like the whole point of these work trees. And depending on your setup, you can continue work on the work tree, like give Claude more commands here, and also continue testing it. So I haven't tested it out earlier. I don't know. Can we run it? We can just try it. I'm not sure this will work with this repo. I have it working in other repos. Can we try running this guy here? Yeah, usually it needs a little bit of installation, but also not. So in this particular case, it's just some Ruby versioning things that I'm losing here between changing work trees. The thing here that allows us usually to do like run tests, which is super powerful, because if you have like proper a proper to do, like I started writing this one here, like the to-do plan. So if you have a good to-do here, well, that's a plan to do. But a good plan in the end defines a success criteria, which in turn is probably something like telling Claude, hey, you need to run tests, or these tests need to pass, otherwise your work won't be accepted. That's actually my super wording there to make Claude actually do all the tests and stuff. So define a success criteria that will include running 5 valuable end-to-end tests. I don't know why 5. I usually don't do that. So that is basically the whole thing here with executing. Once you have a good plan, you can just tell you can tell Claude, like, execute this plan, write the code for this plan, make sure to run tests and commit after each step. So that's kind of the best situation. And in this case, you don't need like 3 versions of it, most probably. Unless it's like some UI thing, you want to be open about how it gets implemented. But why would you? You probably have a design style for an existing app. You have a design there, and you just want it to be in one way. And that's for running a plan. It should have one version. That version should be great. And the tests have passed. Everything works. Should you maybe run this in multiple versions? So if like one version forgets to write tests, you check the other, maybe that ran tests, maybe. But it doesn't really happen that much to me. Or, well, what happens is that for a big task, it kind of does roughly what I wanted, and I have to do like to work with it. It gives you like a scaffold of good enough, and you have to like work it out with Claude and iterate until it's good, until the code is good and bug free as much as possible. That's usually how I do it. Okay, but for planning is different. So this is like a different task here. That's a different beast. I have like a vision for a thing. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do it. And I know there are like 1,000 possibilities. And I don't want to nail myself down to the first one that Claude gives me. So I ask it to write a plan. To do exactly that. And basically, I would kind of copy this guy here and tell it do the to-do plan. And now we get like, yeah, I have to do this because my camera is in front of my huge screen. Now we do the A/B version of it because we want like to see a lot of approaches, and we can like bump this up here to, I don't know, 10 or something if we're really crazy, but there's just only so many things you can look at. Actually, yeah, that's okay. Let's do plan. I didn't explain the full one. And then I think now AB stands for, yeah, AB version. And the plan setup, yeah, plan setup, I thought it's not copying hidden like these files. So plan setup needs less things to do. The full setup copies all hidden files, everything. Ideally, maybe runs some commands if needed for your setup. And then you have a working version of your app where you can go and like test things once they're finished. So this guy here wants to know more. And this guy here says there's no to-do plan MD. That's okay. I know why, I think. I know why. Yeah, I think they're both confused about the same thing. Okay. Let's put the to-do plan because it's maybe in the temp folder. Just put it here and tell it maybe now. Okay, so you can see it again, but I'll put it in here. So this guy's working on a completely new version of your app, and this guy's working, or not version. This guy's not working. Tutorial. Yeah, this guy is still not seeing anything here. Yeah, I'm not sure why this guy had problems But one thing, another branch in the fork I used today for the first time really is Raycast, which is pretty cool when it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Let's try. Maybe do something like this. So this should set the window to something like this, I think, and it worked, but yeah. It doesn't always work. That's all. That's fine. That's fine. We are used to this nowadays because we know it doesn't always just work. So yeah, Claude is now basically reading a bunch of stuff and is getting confused by these files that shouldn't be really there. And if I be honest, and that's how this whole thing basically works for me. So usually after everything was successful, I have new folders here for these work trees, and again they contain all the files and basically an instance of your repository with all the files, also the hidden ones. That's why this guy is here, right?
Plan completed. Chief Creation Officer.
And copy ignored file, so that's what it does, so that you kind of reproduce your environment in this other folder here. And I do it once with regular Claude and once without, in a safe environment, obviously, where you don't have any kind of credentials anywhere that could hurt if Claude goes crazy for some reason. So that's the one. And then, yeah, you can run this as many times as you want. It will just create new ones. You can also run it. I don't even remember myself because I don't use it. You can run it with like without AB, but with 5 branches, and we'll create 5 work trees, and we'll just do 5 versions of whatever you need. But this AB thing works well for me for planning. So guys, that is it here for the work trees. I don't think, yeah, cleaning up work trees. Or let's see what this guy here created. Yeah, you have like, you can navigate here to it. If you don't plan to work anymore here, it gives you like a bash here. Okay. Oh, now I killed everything here. I don't remember. I think it was this one. So it created a let's see one more time. Well, what is this thing here? Where am I? Okay, I'm in the work tree. There is a to-do plan that's uncommitted that we copied over, I guess. There is a thing here and an unversioned file, the to-do plan. This is the to-do plan. Well, no, that's not the one that we had. That's the new one. And I forgot to tell it to commit. That would be good. Tell it to commit, because otherwise, then you can also, if you are on the main branch, you can also check out what's committed to this one. Otherwise, you can't see the changes. you need to actually like do this open work tree thing here. And you just check it out, check the different versions, and you ask Claude to pick one version that you like here. Also, I commit the plan usually at the beginning, and then I work with Claude to fix the plan until I like it. And then it's just step by step, do this, 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 this. And then I tell Claude in a new work tree, hopefully, maybe, execute. And then it does the thing, and everything's beautiful. That's it. Ideal customer profiles to build a better product, work trees to be more efficient, more effective with parallel agents or with agents in general, and good faith in you being innovative and hacking it out and making a good product. See you around. If I know where the stop button is, I can stop this stream.